Testing, check, check. Is this thing working? What's up, you guys? Happy Wednesday night. Travis, you're the first one to join the Wednesday Night Live. What's up, buddy? Happy November, you guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. I got some cool stuff picked out for you tonight, so I'm glad you could join. I'll show you what we're doing tonight, you guys. So a little bit we got a little variety, a little charcuterie board of card care tonight. You're right. You're here, Joe. That's what's going on, man. Let me show you what's going on. It's good to see you guys, man. What's up, Kurt? Good to see you, buddy. So I a couple weeks back, you guys, I did a gum video. I got so many people that reached out and said, I love gum video. I got old cards with gum on it. Can you do one where you kind of like, I made it fast forward and just because it takes a little bit, but we'll do one tonight. We'll see if I can go 2 for 2. This stuff's like cement on here. Yo, Matt, good to see you, buddy. Good to see everybody, man. Thank you guys for always taking the time to join and watch card stuff. You know what I mean? You guys are my people for sure. Like, there's so many millions of things to watch on the internet or on TV or just sleep or do something, but I truly mean it. Thank you guys for being here. And so we're going to do that one. And you guys like The Freak? You guys like Tim Lincecum? I do. And I always thought he was cool as hell. And my buddy Brad's probably on here tonight. Brad sent me a care package. He'll send me some stuff once in a while and say, hey, add these to the card care pile. And he just sends some stuff to me here and there, and I appreciate it, Brad. Appreciate you, man. But you know, it worked out well because I get a lot of questions about thick cards. I get questions about like these like stains on thick cards. These edges are righteous, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a ton with the edges, but we're gonna try. I mean, that's what we're here to do, right? So, dude. Can you guys believe the Lions? I just had a comment about the Lions. I have never in my almost 43 years been excited to watch Lions play football. And if you're not from Detroit, you just don't get it. I mean, like, unless you guys were in a city that sucked forever, football teams sucked forever, and then they got good, it's like pretty damn cool. So we'll do the Lincecum, The Freak, and I think we'll do some stuff there. And then also, my buddy Ebby, I bet you Ebby's on here tonight. Ebby, what's up, buddy? He came over, we were watching Monday Night Football. And see, my friends know my friends know how to get to my heart. When they come over, they'll bring me a little stack of commons or something like that. But he grabbed that and said, "Hey, dude, this has your name all over it. So we'll get it." So yeah, you know, yeah, New York fans, I know, but like God, it's like, but God, New York fans, you guys do get like you got good teams though. You know what I mean? Patriots, Brady era, that is just nuts. Like, could you imagine, like, the Patriots sucked. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I always would, like, play against the Patriots and Tech Mobile because they sucked. And the Colts sucked. And then all of a sudden, the Colts and the Patriots were good for 20 years, you know what I mean? Oh, man. Dude, 49ers, man. You know, Eric. 49ers, though. They've had some great teams. I don't know everybody's record, but when I think of these big cities and like the cities on the coast and stuff, I always think they always got it the best. But it's good to see Detroit playing well. And you guys, you won't believe this. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, they just all stopped calling me today. I tell you what, I thought that I was tight with those two. They called me 50 times a day, 50 times an hour for the past couple of weeks. But man, no freaking phone calls from Kamala Harris today or what's his name, Trump. But hey, maybe you know, I'm glad that's over. That was a long season. I always feel like every time that we do an election, man, it's just like forever and ever and ever. But let's get to some card stuff, all right? And I'll let you know if I get a phone call from Donald Trump or Kamala Harris during this. I turned Do Not Disturb on. 3-1 Red Wings over Blackhawks. Thank you, Denver. You guys, I was watching the Pistons tonight. I'm sure I was the only one watching the Pistons tonight. Pistons playing Charlotte. We were about to win, man, and we got it right to the damn end of it. And the Charlotte freaking, I don't even know what they're called anymore. Are they back to the Hornets? The Hornets beat us at the last second, but I'm happy that Pistons basketball is back on. So let me tell you guys a couple things. So like this is going to take a while. You know, this is, and you guys, this is not just for Gremlins cards, okay? This is for, think of any cards that you get that are from the vintage area that have a pack or a stick of gum in it. Hey guys, again, and welcome everybody, man. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. So we're going to start off by trying to get this gum off. Yeah, this is gum, you guys. So like, this is 1984. Remember the movie Gremlins? So this was Gremlins cards. But this has happened to me on all vintage packs that have gum, especially like in Michigan, man. It's like it gets so humid in the summer, so cold in the winter, and like if you're a pack collector and you don't have your humidity game going, this is what's going to happen. So if it does happen, if it does happen, I'll show you a way to go about it. All right. So this one we're going to probably. This is what I like about live shows. I don't know how we're going to get to it all. We're going to figure it out. We're going to do it. You know what I mean? So we're going to use a little bit of card spray. And this handy little tray here is, my buddy Robert makes these, you guys. And I think Robert's on here tonight. But Robert's good with the 3D printing. And it's cool. I think it's a handy little thing. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to put this in here, and we're going to have to... I can't pull the gum off. If I pull it off right now, I'll pull the paper off. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this... There's Robert. So Robert is the cardsmith, and this is Robert's idea because he loves working on vintage cards, and he's always been like cool with like technology and knows how to do 3D printing. So he made me these, and I said, you should make some more of these. And so he's making more of them, and he's like making them for other collectors. You know what I mean? So... Robert, you're a good man, and you're a good inventor, and I like it. So let me give you guys a good view of this. So we're going to put the Gremlins card in here, and I'm going to hold it in here. I have to let this whole card just saturate because we got to get Motor City Wax in the house. Motor City Wax, you watch those Pistons tonight or what? Man, we got beat at the last second. Literally, last 0.2 seconds. So when it comes to, this card here, guys, I'm just gonna have to let it sit for a while. I got to get this gum wet. If you're just looking at this going, what the heck is this and what are you doing? About, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks before Halloween, I made a video where I got gum off the back of a card. And I made it in fast motion because it takes like 25 minutes. It took like 25, 30 minutes, so it took a while. So I got a lot of questions saying, hey, can you do one like live where we can watch it and maybe like see it? Because I had a lot of guys show me like cool baseball cards with gum stuck, cool basketball cards with gum stuck. So we'll do that live. So I don't collect Gremlins cards, but it works perfect for this. It's any 80s, any 70s or 80s paper card is like the same exact material, you guys. So we'll just keep it right there, all right? So we'll do that, and then what I'm going to do is let's grab the Lincecum card. So we're going to let this sit here, you guys, and I'm just going to like kind of pick at it as time goes. It's 7 after 10. It'll probably about 10 minutes. We're going to start picking this off slowly. And the front, you guys, is really, really, really nasty. So I'm going to have to do a before and after picture on this one, but stick around for this. This is good, all right? Yeah, you guys, you heard it here first. Gremlins are the next big thing, so make sure you get your Gremlins cards. And that's a good, I got a good question here, and you guys, somebody asked me what's the best way to clean a Prism card. Let me just turn around and say hello to you guys. Yo, what's up, you guys? So nice to see you tonight. Thank you guys for joining. So what I want to do is I won't make you guys like go to my website right now, but if you go to kurtzcardcare.com, on the top, I just revamped the website a couple weeks ago, and you can click on modern cards at the top, and then it will have a drop down, and it will tell you, it will break down do's and don'ts. And then it will also have like the top 3 videos to watch. Because if you guys are new to following my stuff and you're like, man, there's like a million videos. Where the hell do I start? If you're brand new, or if you just want to restart, go to the website, click on it. Because you know how like sometimes you guys will see me make a video. Yeah, oh yeah, you guys, nice. Yeah, thanks. I took a shower for you guys today, and I shaved today, and I brushed my teeth. So I didn't get a haircut in a while, so that'll be next week. And thank you guys for the Oh yeah, we got the gotta play with my music every day. You know, that's my adult fidget toys back there. Um, but go to the website, click on the type of card you collect at the top, and it will. I have like 3 videos. Literally, those 3 videos cover like 80% what you can do with a vintage card, with a TCG card, with a modern era card. And then if you want to go down the wormhole, you know, you can go to my YouTube channels and follow and all that stuff on there, all right? So, oh yeah, if you guys like want to see the card area, like sure, for sure, you guys, I'll show you. Like here's like so this is where I'm working right now with you guys. So got my lighting, got this, and then over here, guys, got the humidors, all that good stuff. And then, yeah, there's just like the music and stuff like that. And then I have another area over here, you guys, where I have just, you know, card stuff and stuff like that. And then I work on this area too. So that's all the workbench and all that good stuff. So that's the studio. So let's get back to this Tim Lincecum card, and I'll show you guys we'll just see what we can do with it, all right? So I'm going to get a card mat. And let me read, if it's cool with you guys, I'm going to read a couple questions real quick. Hey, Eric, thanks, man. Yeah, dude, if anybody ever had a beat-up card and they wanted to gift it to the card care cause, you're allowed to send me something. That's totally cool, man. I appreciate it. Are you serious, Zombie, man? Like, dude, you're the man. You guys, if you got stuff like that, hit me up offline. I'm happy to talk with you. But yeah, Diet Pepsi is the secret. And you guys, thanks for being the best people to work with, for sure. I'll tell you where the monsters are tonight, Big City Collectible. So check this out. Talking about my awesome customers. One of my awesome customers, like works for a coffee company, or I don't know the whole story. But anyways, he sent me a care package of coffee, because I love coffee, right? And it was all beans, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know, I'm not that fancy. I don't know how to like use beans. I got to grind these things up or something. So I bought a grinder on Amazon, and I started. I ground up some coffee today at about 8 o'clock, and I made myself a pot of fresh coffee, and I drank the whole damn pot to myself, and I am like freaking wired right now. So here's what I've learned. Don't make a pot of fresh grated coffee at 8 o'clock for yourself, and nobody in your family wants any, and you have to drink it all. So I got to go low profile with the Diet Pepsi here now. So you guys, you can see there's stuff all over it. So what I want to do is just do like a surface clean first, and then we'll do the edges and corners, if that's cool with you guys. So like, here's the steps I would take on this. I want to get as much junk off of it as I can, just to see how much comes off. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So let's do that. So usually when it comes to something like this, I just want to get a good focus. I feel like, does that look good? All right. That's why you guys will be able to see the crap and stuff on it. Card spray, that's what I'm going to use, and we're going to use a cotton. I'm just going to soak it up. Yeah, I found out that tonight that the fresh ground coffee was delicious, and I'm not like much of a guy that will like go to like a fancy coffee place like a Starbucks or more. Like, I'm the king of gas station coffee or 7-Eleven coffee. I'm fine with it, you know. I'm kind of a country boy, so I always thought 7-Eleven was a fancy store growing up. I was like, man, if you're in the city, you get to go to 7-Eleven. But I like all that crap. But anyways, it was a good treat, but it totally was, check that out, you guys. Isn't that cool? Brad, you sent me a good one, buddy. This is already a good demo. Cool as hell. You guys know, like, this Lincecum, guys, if you guys are fans of baseball, of course you know him. But his nickname was the Freak. And he had a unique pitching style. And you know what, another cool thing about Tim was, like, he's like the size of, like, average size. He's like my size, and I'm not a very big guy. He's 5'11", 170 pounds. I'm like 160 pounds, you know? So like, I couldn't imagine being a pitcher. Like when I see pitchers that are like 6'6", like I met Justin Verlander one time,
and when he was a Tiger, and he was freaking humongous. And I had no idea how big baseball pitchers were until you kind of see him in person. So Lincecum being 5'11", 170 pounds, and the guy can throw a ball 100 miles an hour. Holy shit, look at that, you guys. That's a good one. Sorry for swearing if we have kids on here. I mean, holy crap. That's what I'm going to say. And remember, kids, if you swear, don't swear in front of your parents. Just swear amongst your other little knucklehead friends. Just don't let your parents hear you. All right, that's my tip. So, yeah, Verlander, big dog. I don't know. He's proportionate when you see him on TV. And but then, yeah, you get next to him and you're like, holy moly, this guy is a freaking boss. And then, like, I used to work. I used to have an office. I used to have a normal job. And across the street was a bar called, well, who cares about the bar or what it was called, but they would host the Tigers there because we were close to Detroit. And they'd do this thing called Tip a Tiger. And they would, all the baseball players would come over there and we get to kind of like chill with the Tigers, and they'd raise money for good causes and stuff. And it was really a treat. It was like cool as hell. Like I remember one time, like waiting on me and my group of buddies was Max Scherzer and Miguel Cabrera. No shit. I mean, no crap. That really happened. Look at this one, you guys. I am glad I saved this one for you guys. Isn't that cool? So let me show you my progress so far. We still got a lot of stuff, but like, all of that dirt released. And here's what I wanted to show you guys. There's no scratches. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the reasons why I use cotton with the spray is I feel like it's soft, but it has enough grip to like pick stuff up, but it doesn't scratch. And using cottons reminds me to throw these away. Because if I was using a black towel, guys, and I was wiping this, and I couldn't tell that all that was on there, that's a bad move, man. If you're going to start using it again on another card, you're going to scratch stuff up, and then you're going to start thinking to yourself, where are all these scratches coming from? It's stuff like this. So let's, all right, 10-16. We're gonna clean the front and back of Tim. I miss Upper Deck baseball, dude. I miss Upper Deck is what I miss. I know they still make hockey, and I love hockey, but I like vintage hockey the most, so I do miss Upper Deck. I wish they could make all the sports. I always thought that they made the best stuff. Okay, I'm just going to give this back another clean, you guys, and we're going to spend a few minutes with the Gremlins card. Oh, I got some pictures I got to show you guys tonight, too, so remind me of that. I was working on a few projects this week, and since I'm a one-man band, for the most part, you know, shout out to my awesome crew. I mean, Michelle's on here right now. My wife makes all your card care stuff for you guys, and Shelby and Laura and Eric and all my staff and everybody. I love you guys. But when it comes to making card videos, that's just me, you know, and shooting them, editing them. And then you guys, sometimes I'll sit down and work on like 10 cards, man. I can't get anything to work for me. And then it's like, I'm not going to put out some sloppy, stupid video just for the sake of content. You know, I always want to put out something good for you guys. So, my point is, I got some pictures that I want to share with you guys. I just don't have all the videos and everything put together yet, but I'll put them out. But I'll show you. This is one of the dirtiest, newer cards I've ran into in a long time. Bradley, thank you for sending this to me for the donation for the card care pile. But man, what you been doing with these? You got to put your cards in a case, Brad. So we're doing all right, you guys. Look at the front. Pretty sweet. Let's look at the back. Oh, that's not good. That's gross. So here's what I've learned about that so far. I've touched it a couple times, but nothing came off. Let's go a little bit. Let's go a little bit more aggressive. That's why I love having, and I don't ever want to hurt this card because I'm going to keep it because Brad gave it to me and I like it and it's cool. So I don't want to like push it too hard, but I want to try more stuff. I want to see. I think that like what I'm gathering here, you guys, is watch this with me, okay? So we see the stain. Watch the light hit it. Watch this light right here. I'm going to roll this light onto it. Do you see how the stain, like right there, do you see how the stain doesn't look like it's on top of the card when you do this? That tells me it crept in right there. And it did, because you see that stain mark right there? So if you guys ever send me a picture and I'm like, I think it's under the surface. No, that's what I'm talking about. So maybe maybe we can pull it out. So like I'm down for trying, and I don't mind getting the bottom edge here wet. I'm just got to be careful with it when it's wet, because can you see right now, I got this bottom edge wet just by cleaning the card. Can you see how it's just kind of like a little bit, the texture's off? That's going to dry, and that's going to tighten up, and we're going to be okay. But I am going to go back in there right now and just see if we can get any of that out of there, you know? Dude, I'm glad you guys are on the live, because I can never even think of saying this stuff when I'm making my card videos. I'm just trying to like make it look clean and clear so you guys can copy, and I hope that works. But thanks for being here tonight, you guys. I know sometimes I talk a lot, but I appreciate it. So let's try to, I'm going to probably puff this edge up a lot, you guys, but this is how I figure stuff out. Oh yeah, that definitely went under there. I put the as soon as I put the moisture underneath, I could watch it all soak in. You know what I'm going to do? Let me show you something. I get so excited for this stuff. See how I made this wet? And you can see why, that's why there's two different colors right now. Let me show you how I clean an edge like this. While the card is on a card mat, get your detail Q-tip right there. Just like that. That's it. But you see how I'm using the 90-degree angle here? I'm resting this on the card mat, pushing this up against it and pulling. And I just did one pull through. And now it's all one color. I don't know how clean it's going to get, but I didn't want to leave it just one. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have had two different colors there. So let's just try that to all the sides, and we're going to get with the gum, all right? All right, so I'm going to show you the result of that. You're going to see a puffiness around all the edges now because it took in a little bit of moisture. But see how quick I was? And it doesn't leave like a weird, like right there is the worst because that's where I was like really working it. But let's just see if it does anything. And if you, I like doing this with you guys a lot because how many times have you guys sent me a picture where it's like your first time working on something, you're like, oh shit, Kurt, what did I do? And I'm like, hey, don't touch anything. Because if you do something like this and it's the first time you ever did it, and you're like, oh my God, I think I just puffed up my edge. I'm nervous. And then you start trying to smooth it down. Then you're screwed. If you overreact, you're going to mess stuff up. Just let it dry. Just let it dry. Just let it sit. Let me jump at the computer real quick. Oh, thanks, Dylan. You're the man, dude. I appreciate it, man. I think everybody on this video right now is probably freaking awesome at something, you know, and it's just like we all got our little things. And you guys, I'm good at this because I freaking do it all the time. You know what I mean? I like it and I do it all the time. I thought I had a question. What was it? Okay. I got a question that says, when you're doing that, are you ever worried that it will stain, that the stain will expand or spread? You know, it's a very good question. And I'm not worried about the stain. There was not specific, like right here, that stain is so set in there, guys. I can also tell that it's like a food stain. I always try to analyze it. So like, I'm going to use the right words. Can you guys tell that is not like it's not like water because it's dense. When a water stain comes into something, it has like layers of, it's not as defined. You see how dense that is? That is either like Coca-Cola or like some sort of like sauce. It's like an oil. It's dense. It's a dense look. You know what? I'll even put it up under the microscope. Let's do that, you guys. Let me turn the microscope on. Let me show you what I'm seeing up here. And I could be wrong, you guys. I could just be wishful thinking, but I think that it's light. It looks lighter right now than when we started. I don't know if it's all going to go away for me, but I can tell that the card spray soaked under there. And if I can do that a couple times, it might take me tonight. It might take me tomorrow. But, you know, I like to impress you guys, so I'm not going to give up on it without a bunch of tries. But we'll see. But no, I mean, if it's something that's like sometimes you just got to go for it, but like I tell you, you kind of just get a lot of muscle memory from doing this type of stuff for a while. And I could tell that my first thought when I see that is more permanent than fixable, but I figure let's try to get under there and see if we can like lure it out a little bit. Let's press pause on that one, but don't go anywhere, guys, because we got this one tonight. And I think that we're going to switch gears and get busy on gum removal. So hang with me, but let me show you guys the back of this. Already cool, right? Got a good look. It was very, very dirty. And all we did so far was just card spray. So like, I think I saw a comment that was like, this looks fun, but I could never do this. That was easy. I know you could. Don't tell me you can't, because I'll teach you. The reason I do all this, if it was just as, I tell you guys what, like I am so nerdy about this stuff. Like it would be easy for probably just me to make my website and to say like, I hope people like card care and buy this stuff. But I feel like if I don't teach you or push you, you're never going to do it. Or you might just not, if you made a mistake, you might be like, I'm not cut out for this. I'm going to bail. So I just kind of like to push you and hold you accountable and be like, hey, you can get good at this. Just practice it and you'll have fun with it. So that's so far, you guys. So far, that is what we got off the Lincecum. So let me know, you guys, don't use straight up water on a card. You'll get a mold factory going. So do whatever you want. I'm just telling you. I would say somebody asked me if I'm using water. No, don't use water. But let's try to get this gum off, okay? And then if we can, it's going to be pretty cool. So watch. Here we go, you guys. So what I'm going to do, let me get a couple tools out here. Bear with me a second. I'm looking for my little dental tool here. Okay, so this is what I was looking for, and I'm going to use a needle too, because I'm kind of like, I feel like an architect here going after like dinosaur bones when I do this. You know what, that needle's too, I'm going to use a safety pen. But what I do is I poke at the gum and just kind of like bust off little pieces at a time. But you got to be careful. Pretend this card is a super awesome, valuable card or something. You just want to be really careful because you don't want to go through and poke it a bunch of times. So it's just kind of, oh, check this out. No poking a bunch of times at all. Look at that. I just tapped on the back. That was way better than the one, you guys, I did with the one on my video. It was so stuck on there that I could never get the thing off, and I had to chip and chisel and do all this stuff. All right, so sometimes it comes off smooth like that. Don't ever try to pull a piece of gum off the back of a card unless you are totally okay with ruining the back of the card. So check it out. I'm going to save this for, I got a giveaway going on, you guys, in November. Congrats to my buddy Gary. Gary won the October giveaway, and there's no catch or anything special you have to do. Just go to kurtzcardcare.com, click on the giveaway, and enter. I just like to give away a card care kit every month. But in your card care kit, you're also going to get a piece of gum from 1984 too. So make sure you enter. So let me get rid of that. And now let me show you some more steps on this card. I don't know if you guys how much of my videos you watch. Me and Jason, I think Jason's watching right now. Me and my buddy Jay opened up a pack of old Star Wars cards, and I tried it. It was horrible. It was like powder. All right, so you see my thing that I usually do polish with, right? And you might be saying, what are you doing, man? I find when a card is under card spray, it is a wonderful time to do a surface clean like this, because the little brush the foam is good at getting all that junk and that remainder of the gum crap and sugars and stuff out. Okay? And then what we're going to do next is flip it over, because the front of this card, if you guys didn't see it from the beginning, don't worry, I'm going to have the whole thing recorded and you can watch it. But the gum was so strong on it, it like messed up the front of the card too. So I'm just going to kind of clean over it, make it look as good as it can. Even, we're dealing with a Gremlins card here. Pretend it's something super awesome. You know, the same rules apply. All right. So I think we're good there. Now I'm just going to have to hold kind of a weird thing going on in the front of this card, you guys. And I don't really know if it's something you're going to run into too much, but this has like some crystallization or something going on in the front. Let me just see if these things come off. I assumed this was like sugar or something from the gum. And it might be. Bear with me, you guys. I'm just kind of a perfectionist, so I know it's a Gremlins card, but I just want to see if it can come off. Oh, I see what it is. That gum, unfortunately, the gum ruined the paint. That's all little pieces of cracked paint. So that's it. That's it. It's paint. So here's what we can do. If you have cracked paint on the front, leave it alone. I had, so that's what the gum did to the paint. Isn't that wild? So hopefully on your projects. Now, I did one, like I said, a couple weeks ago, and it didn't ruin the front like that. Yeah, that was Snow from the movie. If you guys haven't watched the movie Gremlins before, because I know, fun thing about card care is I get viewers from teenagers to people in their like 70s and 80s hit me up and say that they're retired and they love working on cards. So I get a good mix of ages. But if you haven't seen Gremlins before, you got to watch it. It's funny. So the front's screwed up, but that's how I get gum off the back. And this is still going to be a very valuable demonstration, because it's kind of like one of those things. Like, as soon as you see gum on a card, you're like, oh, I haven't, that's never happened to me before. Then you're going to find one with it, and you'll be like, oh, I watched that video. I know how to get rid of it. So I'm just going to have to let this dry overnight, you guys. So I'm going to show you, I'll show you the result. But the gum came off. We're good there. And there's a couple more things I want to do to the Lincecum card. And then we got a real dirty Michael Jordan card. So if you got a few minutes, hang out with me and we'll keep moving. Pardon me 1 second, you guys. I'm just putting some clips on my Gremlin card. I'm just going to hold it flat like this for the night. Another thing I get asked quite a bit is, where do you get the plates? Where do you get the the pads, all the stuff? If you guys need to restock any of the stuff or pick anything like this up, I get it all on Amazon. And if you just want to find it real quick, I have links on my website, kurtzcardcare.com. Click on the tab at the top called Products We Love. Nate, I appreciate the sentiment, buddy. I love ending a Wednesday like this, too. I look forward to it every week, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you for that. Happy holiday season to everybody, too. If you're looking at this and you just joined us going, what the hell did you do? What we did so far was we got a piece of gum off of a card, and that was cool. We got a Michael Jordan we still got to prep up. And what I was doing here, you guys, was this Lincecum card was super filthy. But I want to do a corner here while I got you guys, if that's cool. I want to see if we can just unpack that corner a little bit. Clearly, you guys see the problem, but let's just see if we can do anything with it, okay? I love working on corners, and when you have a thick card like this, it's not a guarantee, but like they just have, when there's more material to work with, it usually works out a little bit better. Sometimes the hardest corners, and I see a bunch of my buddies on here right now, and you guys know, it's like sometimes like a corner, if you have a bent corner on a foil card like this, game over. You know what I mean? You can clean the surfaces, but you're not going to get a bend out of a foil corner very well. But sometimes, man, these things, you can do it. So this is for patch cards, RPAs, just any thick premium stock, all right? Let's go Red Wings. Thanks for the update, Denver. I'm excited to take my kids down to watch some Red Wings games this year. They can finally sit through a game. They're teenagers and stuff, but or they're almost teenagers. My twins are going to be 13 here soon. My daughter's 14, but my daughter can go to a sporting event, no problem. I'll take my boys there. They can't even sit their asses down for 5 minutes, and they're going to be out doing something, or they want to go. I could take them to a Red Wings game, and they'd want to go out and run around on the plaza the whole time. But maybe I was the same way, so I can't be too critical. So what I'm going to do here, my friends, is, let's just do it up here. We'll do it close. It's just kind of weird. This is not how I do it, so I'm trying to do it for you guys. I'm just going to hold that because I got it wet with card spray. Do the same thing. See how it got real dark and wet? Pretty wet, right? Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. Boys will be boys. I'm sure I couldn't have sat still at a Red Wings game when I was 12 or 13. I'd been wanting to go out and probably talk my dad into trying to buy me a jersey or something or whatever. But I swear, when you have two boys that are the exact same age, I learned that it's double fun all the time. I'm looking around for something, guys. Hold on. I got to get a penny sleeve. All right, I got one. So, because what I want to do... Yeah, Kyle. Congrats, Daddy-O, on your 14-year-old, man. It's a fun age. I imagine that your son's probably a freshman. My daughter's a freshman, and she's finished up her football cheerleading season, and it's special, man. I love being a part of that stuff. All right, guys, I'm going card tool. So here's what I want to do. Since it is quite a big bump, and I try to analyze what happened. So it got punched that way. Something hit it like it got dropped, right? And it got hit that way. So I don't want to I want to pull. I want to go away from that original bump best I can. And I'm holding it perpendicular. I'm going to say that this is the corner. For right now, I'm just going to go this way, and I might even go all the way flat towards the corner. So this side of the tubing and this side of the tubing, just gently roll over it, okay? So let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, man, basketball season's upon us. I was really proud of my son. He tried out for the basketball team last week, and he got cut. He didn't make it. But, I was really proud of him. He never played basketball on a team in his life. He played football for 5-6 years, and a lot of his buds play basketball. We live in a pretty competitive district. There were 75 kids that tried out, and there are 2 teams, so only 24 kids made it. But I thought he was going to be hurt or sad or, and he might have been, all those things. But when he came home, he said, hey, man, I gave it my best. And he goes, Dad, there's some kids out there that are like freaking rock stars at playing basketball. He's like, I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to keep getting good at it. He goes, but I just, I'm glad I tried. And I was so proud of him for that. I didn't handle not making stuff real well when I was young. I probably still don't handle it well. But it was cool. So here's what I try to do with these corners. And you guys, this one is jacked, right? And it's hard to see a whole lot of progress right now because it's wet. But this is what I do. This is how I fix, or at least make these corners look a little bit better. And I know I'm asking you a lot right now to think like, oh, wow, think it's going to be better. It's just that color because it's wet. So and I don't want to push down any further. It was really beat up and it's wet right now. I just want it to dry and then let's just take a look at it. But I'm going to follow this up, you guys, with a bunch of before and after pictures. And I'm using that light right now to try to see how much texture, how many wrinkles are in it. Hey, Denver, I told him that story. Denver wrote Michael Jordan didn't make his high school team at the beginning. I told him that, and he thought that was cool. And I said, I told him, how do you get better at anything? He said, do it a bunch of times. And I said, that's right. And I said, but you got to like doing it. I'm like, you can't fake it, especially with sports. If you don't like them, don't do it don't ever play sports to make your mom or dad happy, I tell them. I'm like, that ain't going to make me happy. I mean, you can sit in the basement and clean cards with me, and that will make me happy. You do whatever the hell you want. But, if you practice it a bunch, you'll get good at it. So, no, this Kyle, this one won't. I'm not worried about this one being discolored because the colors the edges. If you just started watching, man, the edges on this card were so filthy, man. This is a huge work in progress. I don't know if you saw all this, Kyle, but I took all of this, you guys. If you're just joining me and saying what's going on with this card, this thing was rolled around in the dirt. So every time I use card spray like that on thick corners like that, because you can see how it's puffy right now, I'm just gonna leave it. We're just gonna let it sit. But let's do a Michael Jordan together, okay? So I say the big takeaway from this one, you guys, so far is cleaned up well. It's kind of hard to see the color on the edges. They are still kind of dingy, but before I do an after picture with this one, you guys, I'm gonna I'm going to show you guys. I'll show you before and after. So I'll post it up like tomorrow. I should be able to do a before and after on this one tomorrow. The Gremlins card's going to take a day or two to dry out. So I'll show you that one too. And then this one we should be able to do tonight. All right. I got a good question if you guys don't. Yeah, I think Mark, a lot of cards were in smoking houses. Man, if it was like the house I grew up in, man, like I tell you, man, like my mom was a smoker. I swear to God, it is every house I went to as a kid, everybody's parents smoked, and it was like walking into like a freaking lounge everywhere. So I'm sure a lot of cards were in that atmosphere. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? I want to show you guys some stuff. All right. Oh, hey, let me answer. That's a good question. So I had a question that says, hey, what kit is better? If you guys need anything off my website, if you don't mind, let me break it down real quick. The Card Care Kit, this comes with a tool, polish, comes with a 1 ounce card spray, so my smaller bottle of card spray. If you're a TCG collector, a modern card collector, Card Care Kit's awesome. It'll be great. Get that, and also then jump on Amazon and buy like some more. Get some more like applicators. Get some more of these. Buy a roll of card mat material and some circles. You'll be good to go. But if you specialize in vintage sports cards, so like my vintage bundle that I have on the website, I noticed for a long time, and I look at all the orders, right? And it would be like, I was noticing guys buying this and this all the time. So it doesn't take me a whole lot to understand, hey, they're vintage guys cleaning the fronts of the cards, doing semi-soaks or full soaks. So what I did, the vintage bundle, you guys, is these two. It's basically these two with $10 off. So I put these two together, took $10 off, but I also included like 8 card mats. I give you a round of like applicators and stuff like that. So if you're a paper card lover and you got bent ones and dirty ones and stuff that you need to do more intense moisture work with, get the vintage bundle versus buying these two separately, because the vintage bundle will save you $10 and it comes with the accessories. But if you're like, I collect modern stuff, I'm just going to do a little bit of card care on vintage, but I don't need to soak any cards, anything like that, don't buy the vintage bundle, because this would last you the rest of your life. But then I have vintage collectors that work on, cards every day, and they need more spray. So let me know if I answered that right, okay? So thank you for asking that. And if it's cool with you guys, I want to do one more card with you while we got time. So next is, I'll follow up with that one on you guys. And then this, if you guys ever see, I think it's 97, right? The 97 Bowman's Best. I can't remember. Yeah, it's 97 or 98. But these, as well as many 90s basketball cards, just for whatever reason, humidity, whatever, they don't age well. Like, and if you guys ever see cards like this online or at a card show or whatever, don't sometimes let that scare you. Look at the edges. Look at the corners. And you'll see something that's pretty unique here. I'm going to show you guys something too. So like the card's been taken care of, right? But when you flip it over, look at the back. It's like the plastic they put on the back is perfect. It's wild with these as they just age, But I mean, I feel like in my mind, the 90s were like yesterday, but I guess this is like 25 years old or so or more now. So these are fun though. These are pretty easy. So let me show you these. And this would be like, if you're, when I was doing like the more kind of like corner work and putting moisture in here and doing stuff like this, as you guys can see, it's starting to dry a little bit, and that color will get out of there. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. But this would be like fun, easy, basic 101. Sometimes you guys, I'll pick out the these more like time-consuming projects because they're just fun to watch. It's like kind of good entertainment, and it just shows you the things that are possible. But realistically, you guys have, say you have a nice big collection of cards. They're not all, I always look for beat up stuff because it's just my weirdness and it's my thing. But say you like are always aiming for like, you got a decent card collection, but then you like go check on them every few years and you're like, shit, it looks like it's getting dirty and stuff like that. You could sit with a pile of these with cottons, some card spray and some card polish and knock these things out probably like every couple minutes. So a lot of times, you guys, we'll go watch this. We're gonna go a long way real quick, but I think you'll like it. So let's do this one together, okay? And then oh yeah, sorry. I want to show you guys one thing. I keep on saying I want to show you this, but let me show you a couple things I was working on this week, and then because I always get a lot of requests for TCG and like the variety like Magic. So this week, you guys, I had a Magic card. I just posted this whole video. All right, so if you guys like Magic stuff, I was able, like, this doesn't look like much, but when it's a foil surface, it's hard to get that stuff out, and I was able to get that thing out pretty darn good. It was in there. It still remained in there a little bit. I got the whole video posted, so if you guys want to watch it, that video is available. And this is what the problem was. You see the big dent going across it, like the light's all weird on it? That's what I was able to do, you know? So that's posted. So if you guys are into Magic or any of the TCG stuff, I just put that one up. So that was fun, okay? What else? Okay, check this one out, you guys. 1968 Topps. This one was fun. I'm going to post this video maybe tomorrow. I did the video of this one. But you see the heavy wrinkles? They were sweet because they didn't crack the paint. They were super light. And check this out. Look at that. Now, again, I know I always point out that you can still see it a little bit, but I want to be real accurate so you don't think it's just like everything's magic, but it looks pretty damn cool, right? So I'm going to show you the video tomorrow. But that's the before and that's the after on that. Okay, and that's an easy one. I could teach somebody that never worked on a card, I could teach them how to do that in the time you'll watch the video. I promise you, okay? Let's see. So this one, you guys, was, like we're doing card soakings. Last night I did this one. Look at that. And it was on a 56 Willie Mays. I'm going to put that one up too. Card was filthy. It was nasty. And just good old card spray to the rescue. And I didn't have to do anything. I just let it sit. And you guys, I want to show you something, my favorite picture tonight, okay? So I'm going to show you my favorite one. Here we go. You see this lady right here? That's my mom. And my mom is this super artistic, awesome lady. And here's what I want to show you. My mom has like these statue lions in her front yard. And my mom made paper mache lions helmets for her 2 lions. And she's out in the garage when I get there, painting these, sanding the bumps down out of them, making paper mache, cutting up old night masks from Halloween costumes and painting them blue. And so cheers to my freaking mom, who's such a badass, and I love that one, So I thought that was something pretty cool I want to show you guys. So let's do our Michael Jordan, and then we'll call it a night, all right? And if I missed anybody's questions, I promise I'm going to look at them again. Just let's finish this. And if you guys came in and you're wondering if you missed something, I'm going to have this posted as soon as we hang up. As soon as we hang up tonight, you guys, I'm going to have this up here. But let's make this Jordan look good. If you guys haven't seen this before, this is going to blow your freaking mind. And I say that, and I hope it works out so I don't sound like an idiot. But we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do card spray, and then we'll do polish. So the reason I put these little plates out, you guys, is because I'm working on this mat. And I like to use it like that. So check this out. All right, so we'll do half the card. How about that? And with your non-working hand, put a penny sleeve up there, okay? Oh, that's too bright. So let's do this. And I like using a thin microfiber on these. They just have like because that stuff that you guys that I'm wiping off here, it's a weird film and it's kind of slimy and you just have to get it all the way off or it's just going to come back. Okay, ready? Pretty cool, huh? So, like I said, anybody can do that in 2 seconds. Not all of this is tricky or technique. Some of it's just sitting down and doing it. And then let's do the bottom. Yeah, right? I mean, it's just, and guys, keep your eyes open for these 90s cards, because I still think I think that I've probably helped usher card care into the universe, but there's so many people that, sell cards that find them all dirty and stuff like that, and are just like, oh, might as well, it doesn't look good to me, let's just get rid of it. And then, like, so can you see those streaks down there, you guys? It's like a film, it comes off, but it's weird stuff. So hang with me. That's why I like using the lights. I can get the still a little bit in the basketball. Can you guys see that? And then between Jordan's legs right there. But I think we're going to make a pretty darn good recovery here. So far, so good, right? I want to use card polish on this too. So let's just finish that off, you guys. And yeah, and Kyle, it ain't you, Kyle. Kyle said, I have good success cleaning cards. Scratches are difficult. Let me just tell you this. Probably every real scratch is going to be permanent. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we can get lucky on those, Pokemon cards, like little light scuffs, little light abrasions. They'll move for you a little bit, but scratches, especially on like shiny sports cards and stuff like that, yeah, don't beat yourself up. It's just a dead end. If it worked, man, I'd have a million videos on there. And even you guys, like, the polish that I make here, it's smooth, and that's why you can use it on vintage cards and all kinds of stuff, because I don't put an abrasive content in it. I would advise you guys, there's tons of automotive polishes out there that are full of abrasives that work fantastic at getting a bunch of bugs and road grime and shit off your vehicle. But as soon as you start putting that stuff on the cards, you're starting to eat away the top coats and the plastic coats. So don't go out and mess up your cards. Usually even with because I've tried everything, all the abrasives, all that stuff, and I just was always, it does more damage, I feel, than good. And most real scratches are so deep into a card that you can't sand them all the way down anyway. So I stick to, this is why I can use it on vintage, modern, gaming cards. I'm never worried about screwing it up, you know what I mean? So, oh, Kyle, you gotta check out some of my vintage stuff, man. The card polish on vintage is awesome. Check out, if you guys ever want to see more vintage work, go to Kurt's Card Care. What's my thing I'm trying to think of? YouTube, my YouTube page, and click on the playlist. I have a really, really cool playlist that's all vintage stuff. But isn't that great, you guys? Totally didn't look like that 2 minutes ago, And I love it. That's why, this was my era, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have a Dremel. Somebody asked if I ever tried to use a mini buffer on a card. I have a Dremel with a bunch of attachments, but I'm a control freak, man. I tell you, I am. So I don't like stuff out of really my hands too much. Card spray is fine because I can see it, and I can use it, and I'm watching it right in front of me. But I don't. But the buffer, it spins so fast, it's going to create friction. And what I was doing with a buffer before, like a little Dremel, I'd put it on here to see if I could get scratches out, because I've tried so many things, and it'll spin, and it will get hot, and it will leave little hot spots on a card. So I just kind of just shop for stuff without them. Or if I have a scratch on a card, I'm just like, what the hell? I guess it is what it is. Sometimes I'll get annoyed with the few things I can't do.
and overlook all the cool things we can do. And I'll be like, if I could just do this. And that's what I got to tell myself sometimes, dude, chill out, you know? The card looked terrible before you picked it up. And at least you got it this much better. You know, I'm pretty much happy with like any progress. But man, we did it tonight, you guys. And I can't thank you enough, everybody, for being here. I'll check my messages. If anybody has a question for me, I reply every single time. I'll never leave you hanging because I truly appreciate you. And I thank you guys for trusting me and listening to my, you know, videos and watching them and using our products on your cards. You know what I mean? You know, so I appreciate that, and we'll wrap it up. Oh, and I got an important question here. Are we seeing PSA detecting the cleaner? No, never had a problem ever. So thanks for asking. But I want you guys to take care of yourself, take care of your cards, and remember, man, we're definitely not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. So happy holidays to you guys, and I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. But I got some good stuff before next Wednesday. So stay tuned on my social channels, and I'll drop some cool stuff coming up. All right, guys, peace. Thanks for joining tonight. Talk to you next time. Later.